Your person is going through a storm of emotions right now, and most of it is directed at the people around them. They're angry, really angry, not just at those who misled them, but also at themselves for not seeing through the lies and distractions sooner. The truth is finally settling in. They let the voices and influences of others cloud their judgment, and in the process, they ignored the one person who genuinely cared, you. That realization is hitting them hard, and with it comes a deep, aching regret. They know now that by not listening to you, by not choosing you, they ended up breaking your heart. That thought haunts them. In this difficult phase of their life, when everything seems to be unraveling, they're longing for the comfort that only you could offer. Even if they haven't said it out loud, deep inside, they crave your presence, the way you used to soothe their chaos with a simple word, a soft gesture, or just your unwavering belief in them. Life has grown painfully complex for them. They're dealing with internal battles, external pressures, and the heavy weight of their past choices. And through it all, one thing keeps resurfacing in their mind, you. They're hoping you haven't walked away for good. That hope is all they're holding on to right now. They may try to reach out, even if it's just through small, hesitant messages or gestures. Maybe a random text, a post, a song they know you'd recognize, anything to see if you'll respond, if you still care, if you're still there. They aren't ready to pour everything out yet, but they need a sign, some flicker of connection to reassure them that they haven't lost you forever. They're working their way back to you, even if it's slowly and clumsily. They're hoping you'll notice, that you'll understand the silent cries behind their subtle actions. What's changed is their awareness. They know now that the games they used to play, the manipulation they relied on to get your attention, won't work anymore. You've grown, and they can see that. You've drawn boundaries, and they realize those old tactics won't bring you back, they'll only push you further away. This has forced them to confront a version of themselves they've tried to avoid for a long time. They're beginning to see their own flaws, the damage they caused, and the hurt they left you with. And now, all of that is coming back to them. It's almost karmic, the way the pain they inflicted has returned to them in ways they never expected. This is a major realization period for your person. They're beginning to understand that love isn't about control or power plays, it's about honesty, vulnerability, and mutual respect. They had all that with you, and they let it slip through their fingers. That loss is sinking in now, and it's making them reevaluate everything. They're not just mourning the relationship, they're mourning the version of themselves they lost in the process. As they try to move forward and possibly rebuild the bridge between you, they're encountering resistance. The karmic people in their life, the ones who benefited from the chaos, who fueled their ego and fed their doubts, are not happy. These people are angry, because your person is waking up, and in doing so, they're pulling away from that toxic cycle. Those karmic ties are threatened by your person's growth and self-awareness. And more than that, they're threatened by the idea of your person going back to the one who truly saw them, you. What's making all of this even more intense is the fact that your person sees you doing well without them. Whether you're thriving in your personal life, finding peace, or simply glowing in your own energy, it's not going unnoticed. It's making them anxious, even scared. They're grappling with the thought that maybe you've moved on for real this time. Maybe you're no longer waiting. That thought terrifies them more than they expected it would. Despite the anxiety, despite the mess around them, they still want to find their way back to you. They know it won't be easy. They know they'll have to do more than just apologize, they'll have to prove through their actions that they've changed, that they're sincere, and that they value you in the way you always deserved. But for now, they're asking, quietly, maybe even desperately, for just one thing, a sign that you're still there, that you're still open to the possibility of healing and rebuilding. Because beneath all the anger, confusion, and regret, there's still love. It's bruised, yes. It's been tested. But it's real. And right now, that love is what they're holding on to as they try to find their way back to where their heart truly belongs, you. I need you more and more with every passing day, like an addiction that grows stronger, deeper, and more consuming with time. From the moment you walked into my life, something within me shifted. It wasn't immediate, but it was powerful. You came at a time when I was broken, when I felt like pieces of me were scattered everywhere, and I couldn't find the strength to put them back together. But you, without even trying, you fixed me. You held me, not just physically but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You reached into the darkest parts of me and brought light. You took my pain away in ways I didn't think were possible. All day long, there's only one thought that lingers in my mind, you. Your smile, your laugh, your voice, the warmth of your presence. I find myself constantly wondering when I'll get to see you again. Time seems to stretch endlessly in your absence, and each second without you feels like a small eternity. I ask myself over and over, what if you've moved on? What if I waited too long? What if my silence or mistakes created a distance too wide to cross? Just the thought of that burns deep within me. The idea of you not being mine, of you walking through life without me by your side, tortures my soul in a way I can't fully describe. Since the day you entered my world, everything has changed. You didn't just touch my heart, you reshaped it. You helped me understand the meaning of real, deep, honest love. Not the kind that's fleeting or surface level, but the kind that roots itself in your bones and never lets go. You showed me what it means to be truly connected to another soul. With you, I found more than just love, I found understanding, comfort, a sense of home I never even knew I was missing. I love you so much, my sweetheart, more than words could ever truly express. More than you can probably even see or imagine. I wasn't always like this. I didn't used to be so soft, so open, or so romantic. I kept my feelings locked away, afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to feel too much. But you brought out a side of me I didn't know existed. You made it safe for me to open up. You made love feel like a strength instead of a weakness. You taught me so much, not just about relationships, but about life, resilience, and the beauty of being genuine. I admire your strength, your courage, your heart. I've watched you face hardships with grace, pain with silence, and love with everything you've got. You inspire me. I know what we have is rare. I know our love isn't something ordinary, it's not the kind of thing people stumble upon every day. It's the kind of love that stays with you, that becomes a part of who you are. It's unique, powerful, and real. And I know without a doubt that the most important part of my life is you. There's no version of my future that makes sense without you in it. You were there for me in ways no one else ever was. You picked me up when I was at my lowest, when I didn't believe in myself, when I felt like I didn't matter. You didn't just offer words, you offered your heart, your time, your unwavering support. You turned my life around at a time when I was quietly falling apart. You didn't run. You stayed. You gave. And that meant everything. But even with all the love I have for you, even with all the memories and moments we shared, there is one thing that haunts me, one regret that weighs heavily on my heart. I left you in the middle of your pain. When you were hurting, when you needed someone to hold you like you held me, I wasn't there. I let go when I should have held on tighter. And I carry that with me. I replay it in my mind, wondering what I could have done differently, wishing I could go back and be the person you needed during your darkest days. I know I can't change the past, but if I could, I'd go back to that moment and choose differently. I'd stay. I'd fight harder. I'd be the rock you were for me. Because you deserved that, you still do. And if there's ever a chance, even the smallest one, to make it right, I'd do everything in my power to prove that my love for you is still here, still strong, still real. You are everything to me. You always have been, and no matter where life takes us, no matter how much time passes, a part of me will always belong to you. Because love like this doesn't fade. It doesn't disappear. It lingers, it lives on, and it waits, for the right time, the right moment, the right second to come home again. It's been a while since we last spoke, and your silence has been echoing louder than words ever could. I try to feel you, to sense your energy the way I once could, but now there's a stillness, an absence that's hard to describe. Even on an energetic level, it feels like you're far away, like I'm reaching out in the dark with no response, no warmth, no familiar pull. It's a strange feeling, this emptiness, and yet within it, something powerful is stirring in me. I've been going through a phase, a deeply personal and sometimes painful period of realization, healing, and relearning what it means to love and to connect in ways that are healthy, grounded, and real. I've had to sit with a lot of discomfort, facing truths about myself I once tried to avoid. And in doing so, I've come to understand how much I've contributed to the distance between us. I see now how my actions in the past may have hurt you. I've ghosted you, I've run away when things felt hard or uncertain. I chose silence over vulnerability, fear over courage. Back then, I didn't know how to hold space for love that deep, or for someone who saw me so clearly. I thought disappearing was easier than dealing with the emotional weight, but I was wrong. All I did was leave a mess behind, a trail of unanswered feelings and confusion. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I never imagined that I would miss you this much. But I do. I miss you in ways I can't fully explain. It's not just your voice or your presence I long for, it's the feeling of being understood, the way you saw parts of me I hadn't even seen in myself. I thought I could move on, distract myself, or convince myself that you were just another chapter. But something about you stayed. Something about you lingered, refusing to fade. And that, more than anything, has opened my eyes to the truth. You're not just someone I loved. You are someone incredibly special. Someone who touched my soul in a way no one else has. And over time, that truth has only grown stronger. You are the one I want to build with, the one I see myself growing old with, the one I want to share a life with, through the highs and lows, the simple days and the chaotic ones. That realization hit me hard and honest, and it changed everything for me. I've also noticed how much you've grown. You're not the same person you were before, and it's beautiful to witness even from afar. Spiritually, you've evolved. I see your strength, your clarity, and your alignment with your path. Financially, you seem more secure, more stable. You've built something solid, something admirable. And I want you to know how proud I am of you. Truly. But then, I look at myself, and I feel the weight of comparison. I feel behind, like I haven't evolved the way you have. My life feels chaotic, unstable at times, and messy in ways I wish it weren't. I struggle with self-worth. I wonder if I'm enough. If I'll ever be enough for someone like you. That comparison eats at me, even though I know it's not fair to either of us. Still, it's there. It's one of the reasons I've kept quiet for so long. Not because I don't want to talk to you, God, I do. I'm aching to hear your voice, to just have a conversation. But I'm terrified. What if you ask about my life? What if you see how broken some parts still are? The truth is, things aren't as perfect as I wish they were. On the outside, maybe it looks like I'm okay. but behind the scenes, I'm working through a lot. Life has tested me in ways I wasn't prepared for, and I'm still finding my way through it. But I am trying. Every day, I am doing my best to heal, to rebuild, to become someone worthy of the kind of love you offer so naturally. I'm putting in the work, not just for you, but for myself. Because I want to show up differently this time. I want to be present. I want to be honest. I want to be whole. I don't expect anything from you. This isn't some grand attempt to pull you back or ask for more than you're ready to give. I just needed to speak my truth. To let you know that you're still in my heart, that you've never really left it. And that, even if I've failed before, I am growing now, with intention, with humility, and with love. Maybe one day, when the timing is right, our paths will cross again, this time with more clarity, more compassion, and more courage. Until then, know that you are cherished, deeply and sincerely, in ways words can only begin to express.